Hello, everybody, and welcome to my YouTube channel for the do-it-yourself repairs for the HS250h. Today is kind of a different video. I'm not doing necessarily just repairs, but I want to talk about wheels today. I know a lot of folks reached out to me and asked me, you know, my wheels are really curved up. I bought this used vehicle. They want $150, $200 to repair the wheels. OEM wheels are almost $300. What options are they to purchase other wheels? Aftermarket wheels, wheels from Toyota vehicles, wheels from other Lexus vehicles. And we're going to cover that today. This is my HS250h, and as you can see, it has the 18-inch wheels. And if I zoom in closely, you can see I have the 225 45 18s, the lower profile wheels, the tires with these wheels. And if you're an owner like me, you'll find that a lot of these vehicles, my wife drives this car, he does a lot of city driving, it goes through tires a lot, really fast. You know, these Continentals on here have been working pretty good for me. They're 70,000 mile tires, but I guarantee you they're not going to last 70,000 miles. It'd be more like 40,000 miles. Some folks will have 17-inch wheels, which will be 215, 55, 17s. Those wheels and tire combo seems to give you a better ride. They last longer. So I know those vehicles have those tires and wheel combos, but I want to focus on the 18 inches because that's what my vehicle has, and that's what I know best about. So I actually have a spare wheel. And the reason I have a spare wheel is you know, a while ago, our vehicle got sideswiped and they just had some damage to it. And the insurance company was nice enough to let me keep the wheel after the accident happened. And I've kept this as a spare. And I'm going to use this for information purposes, because this is easier than me taking the tire off to show you. So this is the same 18-inch Lexus wheel you find on the vehicle right now. It's your standard 18-inch HS250 wheel. There are two versions of this wheel, this and a chrome version, but the wheel itself is the same. Now I'm going to give you some really good information about these wheels. Now if you flip this over, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to show you something that's true for all Toyota and Lexus vehicles. And yes, Toyota does make all the Lexus vehicles. So if we zoom in here really carefully, and you'll see, if I get my finger here, 18 times 7.5 J39. That's really important. Any wheel you buy from Toyota will have these numbers stamped in. It means the wheel is 18 inches in diameter, 7.5 inches wide, with a 39 millimeter offset. On the 18-inch wheel vehicles, this is your standard wheel you'll find on your HS250h. Now, one thing, let me explain what these numbers really mean. The 39 millimeter offset means it's 39 millimeters positive, or the hub is further out from the center line of the wheel. If you were to put a higher offset wheel, say a 45 millimeter offset, your wheel would sit further in from than this one. If you were to put a 35 millimeter offset wheel, it would stick further out from this wheel. Real simple. On the 17-inch vehicles, wheels on the HS250s with the 17-inch wheels, their numbers will be 17 by 7, 39 millimeter offset. So that gives you a ballpark. Now you know what kind of wheel you can use. All these vehicles made by Toyota will have these marks in the corner. A lot of aftermarket wheels do. A Lexus wheel and a wheel from Toyota are the same exact wheel. There is no difference other than the offsets. They're made in the same factory. And this little center cap here, the Lexus center cap, and the Toyota center cap are the same size. So you can pop them, swap them. So let's go to a Lexus wheel here. Now this really nice looking wheel is a wheel from an NX200T. I bought these for my RAV4. That's my other vehicle. Now let me show you something about this NX200T vehicle. Now the NX versions of these the wheels on the NX versions from the original 200T up to, I believe it's 2022, the 300s, the 350s, 300Hs, they all use the same wheels. So if you have a 200T or a newer vehicle, no problem. I got this from a fellow who put aftermarket wheels on his 200T, traded it in. These things sat in his garage, and he gave me a screaming deal on them. He just wanted them out. I'm going to be mounting my winter tires on these. I need to get TPMS sensors, a bunch of things. I just put them in a box right now. That's for something in the summer. But let me show you something about these here. And it's really important. If we flip it over and we go to the corner here, it's upside down. Let me rotate this for you. So if you go here, let's rotate this. If you look right here, it says 18 by 7.5 J, 35 millimeter. So the offset on this wheel is 35 millimeter. There's only 3 millimeters less than the HS wheel. 3 millimeters isn't very much. That's less than 1/8 of an inch. You know, you could use this wheel on the HS, no problem. It'd work just perfect. So if you're looking for a wheel for your HS, just look for that size. A 18 by 7.5 J, 35 millimeter, 38 millimeter, even a 41, 42 millimeter would work. So that would be a perfect match. Another thing that you're going to find is that this is really important because Lexus and Toyota wheels, if you notice here, they're flat. And the reason why is I'm going to get you the lug nut here, just around the corner here, reach back here. If you look at this Lexus lug nut, it's flat, and it'll fits flat against the wheel. That is a unique Toyota feature. If you buy a set of aftermarket rims, where this area will be cone shaped. You have to buy special lug nuts. So you can buy a set of these Lexus wheels or Toyota wheels and use them and use your same lug nuts too. Another thing that some folks have asked me is, as you can see in this wheel here, the insurance company didn't want to fix it. It's got some pretty bad, looks like curb rash is actually from another vehicle hitting it, damaged it. There are places that will repair these, and some of the dealers will offer to repair them. I'm not going to badmouth anybody who repairs wheels, but the amount of you can remove from these wheels, you got to be careful, and you can damage the strength of these. So I always tell people, if your wheels look really badly gouged up, like this one was, the insurance company, rather than you trying to fix it, bought us a brand new Lexus wheel. I would always recommend looking for another wheel, a used wheel, or some quality aftermarket wheels. These Lexus NX wheels, like this one, they look great. They fit perfect on the HS. This is a really good option. Toyota wheels for the RAV4 starting 2019, because that was a new 5th generation model, are all 35 millimeter offsets. They're slightly narrower. They're only 18 inch rather than 18.5. But they will work for HS if you're not putting, obviously, really wide tires on there. I'm using these for my RAV4 for winter wheels. I don't have the best looking winter wheels in the world. And I've even thought about just putting my all seasons on here and using these wheels, because they are really good looking wheels. They're virtually nothing wrong with them, and I get a good price. So the NX series vehicles as a good option for your car. You can use Camry wheels on a HS250h. The problem with the Camry is it's 45 millimeter offset. your wheels will be sunk in. It's not a problem, they'll work, but just keep that in mind. The other problem is Camry wheels, especially 17-inch, 18-inch wheels, are really hard to find. And they can be kind of expensive. For whatever reason, Lexus wheels like these can be pretty easy to come by, because I guess a lot of people don't think a Lexus wheel will work on their Toyota, or vice versa. So that's a good option. Another thing I want to tell folks is when you're looking for wheels, and this is really important, when you're looking for wheels, there's Tire Rack, which will tell you whether it will fit or not. But go talk to a tire professional like Discount Tire, and just talk to what wheels you want to put on, because some wheels may not fit, even though they may fill the criteria. So I tell you, before you go out and buy a set of wheels you think is a screaming deal, go talk to the actual experts. I know this wheel won't fit perfect because I not only checked Tire Rack, but before I bought these, I actually spoke to Discount Tire and my local Toyota dealer, and they said I've got like an inch of clearance in my suspension, almost 2 inches of clearance in my suspension. Having an extra half a quarter inch, which is like 3-4 millimeters, isn't going to make a difference. So they're like, don't even worry about it. It might be 5 millimeters. 5 millimeters of overhang inside isn't going to hit any suspension components. So I did that. So again, if you're in the market for wheels, just remember that. For the 17-inch models, I do know that they are 39 or 40 millimeters, I've been told. So for a 17-inch wheel vehicle, you can use Camry wheels that will fit. Or you can try to find 17-inch wheels for an NX. They are really hard to come by, but sometimes you can find them. For whatever reason, I find more 18-inch wheels for Lexus vehicles. It just seems to be how it is. On the other extreme, you can use 19-inch wheels on an HS. Unfortunately, there is some changes. I believe I'm told the offset has to change from 38 to, I think, a different number, and I can't remember exactly what that number is. So if you want to use 19-inch wheels for your HS, talk to Discount or something like that. Again, like I have with this wheel, going in the wrecking yard looking for used wheels that may be off of an HS is really hard. My local area, there's not a single HS in the wrecking yard. So the looking for wheels is pretty much impossible. So because of that, if the wheels get damaged here on our HS, I'm going to look for a set of NX wheels like I got for my RAV4. That would be the best way. So again, just go to your different wrecking yards and see what you can find. And like I've said everything else, if you're not sure about buying wheels, whether they fit or not, please go talk to an automotive professional. Go talk to somebody like Discount Tire, the Lexus dealer, the Toyota dealer, before you spend the money. So that way you're not stuck having bought a bunch of wheels that won't work. Like as usual, happy motoring, and please stay safe.